Hey there everyone, my name is Kitt, and welcome back to Pokemon Opalo. Ooh boy, it's been a while, let me tell you that. It's been a whole week since I've done this. Like, holy crap, I've just been busy with Pokemon Violet. It's just so good. Oh, now we're back to this kind of music. I miss Pokemon Violet already. I'm kidding. Are they still unconscious? It's been a week. They probably have some kind of what is that called again? What is that thing that happens when you get knocked out for a long period of time? Concussion, there we go. Probably have some kind of concussion. Oh man, that's not really healthy. Got a full restore, I guess. Alright, this way? It's been a whole week. I have no idea where I'm going. I do know that I need to go through the thing and fight the bald guy again. I'm pretty sure that I've trained everybody before I started playing Violet. At least I hope. I do remember that this has a speed up by default. Not by default, but as a mechanic. It looks like what's his face hit the thing. The level cap. I forgot that this has a level cap. I don't really. Now, which way do I go? This way? Like I said, it's been a minute. How many minutes is in a week? 7,000. My money's on 7,000. That did nothing. Draudigon's a little too strong. I do remember that I have a crap ton of moo milks as well. Gotta have that milk. It's good for the bones, good for the body. I remember Mr. T saying that, but I don't remember where he said that. Milk. It's good for the bones, good for the body. Oh no, I can't escape now, apparently. Ah, god dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Now, which way should I go? That is a good question. Ah, looks like I made the right decision. There's the shaman. Thank you, Makuhita. This guy is still crying. It's been a whole week, man. Give it up. Now this I don't remember at all. Like this? Am I doing it? Am I doing something? Nope. Take that. Yeesh, that's a long cry. Welcome to Long Cry, what's it called? Restaurant. Our food's not that good, but at least it lasts a long time. You know, speaking of long cries, I just recently heard of like a new glitchmon that can actually that you can find in Pokemon Red. Like missing though, but But it's not missing no. It's what is it called? Like female symbol or something like that? It's weird. That thing has like an infinite cry or something. You literally can't play the game because of it. I've never heard of it until like some time ago. I've literally never heard of Jesus until some time ago. That can mean literally anything. No, but I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago that I heard of it. It's like legitimately like a creepypasta Pokemon. But no, it's real. It's like an actual legit glitch that you can get in Pokemon Red. It's really creepy. Yeah, oh, this one has a lot of special defense. Take that. Good, good. Like this? There's a Natu right there. It can heal me, right? To the entrance. I don't want that. I want to heal. I think we should be good, right? I hope. I have a dragon that doesn't know a dragon move. Ah, yes, this whole thing. I guess it doesn't let us skip it. And then he speaks Spanish for like randomly there. This is a very important cutscene. How could they not have? How could they not have translated it? Whoa! Better music than the gym leader music in what's it called? In Pokemon Violet. That's for sure. Take that. Bet you didn't like that, did you? That doesn't do anything to me because I'm not a water type. Oh, but that's gonna do something. How are you not getting any physical, what's it called, or special defense down? I've hit you with so many freaking things. Shadow balls, and somehow you're still kicking. You're still a what you call it? This guy. Take that. You're a fairy type, aren't you? What do I have against fairy types? Nothing. That thing's also a dark type. Rook, you have a fighting move, right? Oh, he has a fighting type move too. Oh. Too much defense. Greninja. A dark water type. Don't you freaking dare! Okay. Oh, it's faster. A citrus berry. Get paralyzed, get paralyzed, get paralyzed. You suck. I don't have any hyper potions. Drink some milk. I'll take a milk. Critical! You suck. Get paralyzed. Get paralyzed. Wait, am I faster? Nope. A steel type. If I can't outspeed a... what's it called? A freaking Altaria can't outspeed a thing. It can outspeed a thing. Majigger. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, he said something. I didn't see it. Freaking critical hits, man. What does this mean? No, it's a lie. This has to be a hallucination. Another test I have to pass. It's totally impossible. Who are you exactly? We the A-Team. I've never been defeated in battle before. This must be one of the hallucinations. What do you mean never been defeated in battle? You've been in jail! This must be one of the hallucinations caused by Astrum. Accept your defeat and surrender yourself to justice along with the rest of Team Gatlin. No, I wouldn't dream of it. It would be throwing away all my hard work. Huh? Let go of me. Hey, release our friend right now. Stay back. My Greninja has no qualms about harming humans. Anyway, I just had to read these old tablets to know what I have to do. Okay, I've got it. Do you know the ancient language? You have a lot of free time when you're in jail. Too bad you don't know know that language. You'll never know how to get Astrum. I'm leaving, and little Mundanus is coming with me. You're a coward. What about your comrades? They will understand. The mission is more important than the safety of the team. So long. I hope you know how to take advantage of that telling you have to take cover when things in the world start to get ugly. What do you mean that they know the mission is more important than the team? The entire thing that's been going on here is that I joined Team Gatlin because I want to stay safe. We need to rescue him, but first, Derringer was wrong about something. I also know that language and can read these tablets. No way! He who has heard the call of Astrum, he will pick one of the flowers that grow beneath his footsteps and carry it there where the white mountains meet the sky. It obviously refers to these flowers growing under the statue Derringer has picked one. Here, take one yourself. Astral flower. Regarding the White Mountains, I have a hunch about it. I have to go to do some research. You'd better tell Professor Albano everything that has happened. She just slides over, sliding her way into victory. Okay. Let's go ahead and use up these things. I can definitely use special defense on what's-his-face. You. Oh, I got more. Who can benefit from special Charlie can. Speed? Health. Grug. For his, what's it called? His, thing, Majigger. Tankiness. Speed? Who would benefit from speed? Charlie, technically, because of his, high attack power. But then again, he's mostly special. He's mostly a special attacker for some reason. Speed. Steak. Fantastic Four. I want to say JP, but I don't know. Ash probably because I am recording, right? Yes, I am. Good. Ash probably because she's freaking slow because she's a Gen 7 mon, not 8 or 9 or whatever the heck I said. It's Gen 7, Sun and Moon. All the Sun and Moon mons are so slow for some reason. I want to say Charlie. Might be better if we go with JP. Physical attack? I want to say Charlie, but it has a lot of special attack. Ash, yes. Physical defense? That's a no-brainer. Give it to Grug. And looks like that's everything. Wait, what am I doing? I don't need that. HP? Physical defense? Special attack? I want to say Charlie, but at the same time, all these other guys need it too. JP. And Lance? Why not? Paralysis heal, antidote, rare candy, ether. Don't need none of that anymore. Alright, let's take a look at them. Rockhead. Still haven't learned a single... What's it called? 195 HP, that's not bad. A lot of defense too. Which is good. Which is good. He might be able to survive a couple of physical water attacks too. I hope so. Thank you, Natu. I needed that. Oh yes! Hey, I forgot about this. Alright. Let's go heal up and actually continue onwards. Up. Look, this nice gentleman has decided to surrender to justice. You have done a good job. Wow, so that's what happened. Well, we'll rescue Mundanus when we can. Now the important thing is to find out the whereabouts of those white mountains to find Astrum. We also have to decide what to do with this one here. I am willing to serve any punishment. I need to leave my pet up. Shall I notify the sheriff to take him to Astral City then? No, wait. Apollo told me something very important. He told me that we should not trust any government agency right now. I understand. If you trust Apollo, I do too. We'll take him to my lab for now and see what he's willing to tell us. Anyway, what a silly hunger for Pokemon battles this has given me. Are you coming to my gym to try and get my gym badge? I'll be waiting for you there. Same thing? Yeah, and my reading skills have finally come back to me. My god, I have been like non-stop playing Pokemon Violet. All of those videos that I put up, those were all rapid fires. I was recording for like a long time, just reading and reading. Oh my god, my voice was tired so much. You can especially tell at the very end. Alright, so this is a psychic gym, right? So chances are you can't go in here. Then again, there's probably like psychic steel type, psychic... Ooh. It's even better for Charlie then. I was gonna go for him anyways, but... Alright. Do I have anybody else that's good for psychic types? Psychic ghost types? Psychic, water types? Is there a psychic? Yeah, there is. No, there isn't. It's a psychic dark type that I'm thinking of. It should all be good then. At least I hope. Now, where's the gym? This one? A little drink before a challenge. Take this. Soda. How many times have I used Charlie here for gym battles? A lot. Don't let the spotlights of this place blind you. Let your true self shine through. You know, now that I think about it, this might be a bad thing to use foul play on, because not a lot of psychic types have physical attack. Not a lot of physical attack either. Oh, that's right, you're a fairy type, aren't you? No, my quick claw. You better give that back. That's the way I like it. The true strength of Pokemon comes out when you stay true to yourself. Training Pokemon has been a wise decision, so I can always be with them. Okay, yeah, he still has it. Quick claw. Good. good. I think in Gen 2 they actually just straight up steal it from you. Huh? Oh god dang it, it's one of those. It's Pokemon Clover all over again. God dang it. Like this? Okay. The first door has opened. Wow, for real? All I had to do was wait. The contest that is about to begin will take on hues that no mathematical model could predict. What the heck does that mean? This thing is most thanks to the fire typing, fairy types only do neutral damage. Critical? I do not know. I'm not 100%. 100% what? Whether I follow my heart or my brain, what's really important is to have Pokemon by my side. Wow. You can use some fizzies. Fizzy pop pop. What? God dang it. I had Wow! Mayonnaise! As long as you don't give up, as long as you don't give up, you can... Shouldn't there be a comma there? You can go as far as you want. That's what science has taught me. Heck yeah, brother. Bruxish. Hey, you have a lot of physical attack, don't you? Meowsic. This looks like a fairy type, but it's not. Bronzong? Do you have fireproof? You do. There certainly doesn't seem to be anyone capable of standing in your way. Oh, as long as you stand here, it just shines. Got it. You heard me click down, right? I clicked down. Why didn't it let me go down? Huh? Oh, there is a time limit. Oh, this one is just a time limit. What's over here? A Psyshock. I guess. Nah, if I can only remember. Nope. Ugh, puzzles. Why are gym leaders so eager to put their competitors in danger? This gym owes its existence god dang, to the energy of this book sense from which it receives its power. Owes its existence. God dang. Try saying that 10 times fast. Oh dang. Oh no. Wait, Dizzy Punch? Since when can Riga Nicholas learn that? Wow, where does this overwhelming force come from? What is your source of energy? It's called sheer boredom. Ah, crap. Hopefully this ends up being good. What do we have here? The young star has finally arrived in our stadium. You've made a name for yourself throughout this region, but you will be able to surpass our level of expertise. Practically the whole city has come to see us fight, you know? Yes, let's give them the show they deserve. A better gym than Pokemon Violet, I'll tell you that much. Psychic-type Pokemon in the hands of a brilliant mind like ours can be devastating. We can predict any strategy you come up with and counter it perfectly. Come on, let's begin. I'm still not a fan of this song. Oh, wow. You know where this is going. Yo-oh. Oh no. If only it wasn't for the thing. Wait, how does what you called? Foul play work here if it's a double battle? Or is it like the targeted Pokemon? It's probably the targeted Pokemon. That's probably how it works. Do you have physical defense? Or attack? I kinda hope so. Oh wow, using all of the... Oh dang, like nothing. Pipe of Peace. You're gonna be the tank. What are you, a psychic fighting type? Let's try that. That won't do very much. It's... ah, crap. Yeah. He's like... Why didn't I think of this sooner? Some partner? It used what's it called? Oh, okay. It used what's it called? Earthquake on a double battle. Is this not? No, it is. It just looks weird. Oh, that's right. My mons are fainted. We've been measured. Measured? We've been measured? We've been tested, and we definitely didn't measure up. We're looking at an unprecedented young star. I guess my reading skills haven't come back. What a talented team. It had been a long time since anyone had been able to beat us. Now you only need to beat one gym leader to complete the regional tour. Oh, that's right! And then I guess you'll want to sign up for the new Pokemon League that Dalio is going to launch, right? Well, we're betting heavily on you. We'll become the next champion of Saphira. Geminis. All the stray pixels on it. Yeah. I'm glad to see that some of you youngsters are still cultivating such a strong bond with Pokemon. You come a long way, but now it's time for the hardest part. Now is the time to give it your all, so don't lose it in your next fights. This is physical attack, right? Special attack. No effect. Mon's too strong already. Huh? Hey trainer, can you call the gym leader? Something very important has happened. We had already finished. What's wrong? It's about Winchester. We've reached a deal with him. He says he's willing to tell us the truth about Team Gatlin in exchange for a reduced sentence. Well, let's go talk to him right now. You too. See you upstairs in the laboratory. No problem, I guess. But first I need to heal. And again. And again. Let's go to the drive stay area and... No, I'm kidding. This way, right? This looks right. Is there anything in here? Whoops. Dang. This is the laboratory, right? Alright, here we go. Well, let's see if you can tell us something interesting. I'm going to tell you much more than you can imagine, and in return I hope to receive certain favors from you. What do you know? I never thought that the one who would pull the blanket would be Winchester the Void. Winchester the Void? Yes, at the police station we gave him that nickname because of the vileness of his actions and his black heart. Okay, so we're already recording. Introduce yourself and tell us why you're going to testify, you know, typical stuff. Start whenever you want. My birth name is Clay Wesley. I took the name Winchester when I joined Team Gatlin. I come from a very poor family in Sirocco town, so my main motivations for joining was to help my family by giving them some of the loot we got from our robberies. At the time, Team Gatlin was dedicated to the robbery of goods and banks. We avoided harming humans and Pokemon as much as possible. And did you succeed? Did you lift your family out of poverty? My mother died of illness many years ago, and my sister is in jail for illegal Pokemon trafficking. But I decided to stay in Team Gatlin because what Derringer stood for made sense to me. The wealth of this world is not well distributed, and the minority monopolizes almost everything. I really believe that we could break everything and start from scratch with a new, more equitable cast. But everything changed 7 years ago in the Pokemon Link incident. The attack you committed, killing hundreds of people with the bomb. It was neither an attack by us nor it was a bomb. What caused the big explosion was a government experiment. What? What are you saying? That is a very serious accusation. There were things that did not add up. No explosive materials was found, and there were government scientists in the area a few days earlier. What kind of joke is this? Even Derringer himself turned himself into the authorities and admitted that Team Gatlin was responsible. I'm going to tell you what happened that day. Whoa, it's a cutscene on the... I'm sorry. On that day 7 years ago, the Pokemon League seemed to be running smoothly. Or so the public and the participants believed. But what happened when a group of very strong trainers fight each other? Pokesense is released. The euphoric feeling a Pokemon get from battling, alongside their trainers, released a lot of that energy. Exactly. And in that Pokemon League, many strong trainers gathered, and while they were fighting each other, something was happening under the stadium. A small laboratory had been built under the Pokemon League stadium by government order. The objective was to absorb and store all the Pokesense that was being released during the League events, using a new machine for it. What did they want to do with all that energy? I don't know, but something went wrong with it. Something went wrong with the machine, and the explosion occurred. After that, people began to speculate about the origin of the explosion. The vast majority pointed to Team Gatlin as being responsible since we were very active during those years. But they were media outlets that pointed out that there were things that didn't add up, that there was no conclusive evidence about the real culprits. Also, the type of explosive that Team Gatlin always uses is not capable of melting the beams of Pokemon Stadium. However, that explosive did. Then President Mustang called Derringer and me to meet in secret. President Mustang offered Derringer a deal. He would have to declare Team Gatlin responsible for the explosion, and also Derringer himself would have to be brought to justice. In return, Mustang promised to use a legal loophole to reduce Derringer's sentence as much as possible, and also promised to give the Team Gatlin a huge sum of money when Derringer was released. I don't remember the exact amount of money, but it was ridiculously large, enough for every member of Team Gatlin to retire for life. Derringer thought about it, and he finally accepted the deal. He sacrificed himself so that all of Team Gatlin could have a good life in the future, and that is something he will always honor. For 7 years at least. You already know the rest. Derringer went to the trial and was found guilty in the attack on the Pokemon League. The Team Gatlin was presumably neutralized after that trial, and President Mustang won the election in a landslide soon after. And this whole plan would have functioned normally if it weren't for those dang kids. Derringer began to lose his mind in prison. He wrote us letters telling us how a Pokemon spoke to him in his sleep. He told us that he had to escape from prison as soon as possible to fulfill the mission that the Pokemon had entrusted him. That mission was now far from more important than Team Gatlin, more important than anything else. This is there any proof of what you have told us? We have a contract signed by President Mustang and by Derringer at our Gatlin base. It should be enough to prove his story. We have it stored in a safe. The Gatlin base, and where's that? Our base is located below the restaurant El Truen in Astral City. Mother of Arceus, everything is so corrupt. One of you must accompany me so that I can infiltrate the base and steal that document. And I think it should be Kitt. Still can't get it right, huh? He's shown to be very strong and capable. I agree. Kitt is the right person for this mission. Anyway, I hope you'll think about reducing my sentence if this goes well. Let's see. Let's see if you spent your life committing crimes, Titan. It won't exactly spend your next vacation in Iberia. But we will try to treat you favorably, I promise. What's wrong with him now? Opalo, you've been very quiet this whole time. Go ask him. Maybe she just went out to the... You still can't get it right, god dang! Nobody can tell gender in this game. Where'd he go? You know, I was about to say, if they couldn't find anything that caused the explosion, then it was probably Pokesense. I guess I was right. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. Especially since they tried doing it in the train. Okay, do you remember that in Opalo town, I told you that in the past, I had worked for the government to investigate the ways of obtaining the Pokesense? No? No way. I was one of the main developers of the machine that was to be used to absorb Pokesense. I abandoned the project almost at the beginning due to personal issues, and I never knew what it was going to be used for. What if the machine that was used in the Pokemon League was the one I drew on the plans? What if the explosion of the machine was my fault? What have I done? I'm directly responsible for the loss of many lives. You will stop tormenting yourself, Opalo. What's the last thing we need right now? We have a dangerous mission ahead of us, and Kitt needs to be given courage. Opalo, you're a good person. You have proven that on countless occasions. You were right. There will be time for accountability. Now is not the time. Shall we go now? I will take you to the hideout of Team Gatlin. Whoa! Listen to me well, Winchester. You better not think of tricking or harming Kitt in any way. If you do, you won't be dealing with my Pokemon, but with my fists. I will be honored to have a one-on-one fist fight with you, but you can rest assured. Talk to me when you're ready. We will travel to Astral City. I'm ready. Are you going? Yes. This is Restaurant El Turan. The Gatlin base is below. Come in with me, and try not to get too far away from me. Oh, the Dragon Quest music, or thing. Are you back already, big guy? What do you want? Going down to the hideout. What do you think? Fine by me, but your companion stays here. My companion is coming with me. Have you forgotten the rules? If you don't belong to the team, you can't go down. Jeez! Go home. You've already worked enough for today. If memory serves, it was this one here. Click. This is the entrance to the Gatlin base. While everybody's watching? Press the switch and the elevator will go down. We'll reach the Gatlin base in no time. Oh, I have to do it? Sheesh. Lazy. There you have it, the Gatlin base. The safe with the incriminating documents is located deep inside the lair. You will encounter a lot of surveillance, but I imagine you were already counting on it. We part here. I will surrender to justice, and I will accept the penance that has to be imposed on me. After that, my new life and my rebirth as a human being will begin. Let me give you some advice before we part ways. Life will change you. It will change you a lot, and that is something that you will not be able to avoid. Try to retain even a small part of who you are now. Don't let it disappear. Anyway, good luck pursuing your destiny. Okay, Charlie, okay, Charlie, let's do this. Intruder in sight. I will make every effort to expel the intruder. I don't know why. I was expecting the Team Plasma thing. You're a psychic type. Or, I mean poison type. I don't know why I said psychic. Nani? You think you're so strong, but you don't know where you've gone. These tunnels will be your grave. That's not true. I've seen a lot of creepypastas. I know that I can escape this. And then upload the footage to YouTube and say that I died. A detonator. If you found dynamite, you can blow this rubble. I don't care who you are. I'll even give you a trainer license. What? Take that. Cardboard or a poison type. Don't really have anything for you. Ah, you jerk. That's what I get for attempting fate. We have to pay rent every month to the restaurant El Turan for having the base down here, and the rascals are making it more and more expensive. I should imagine so, given the electricity and all that. Okay. Wait, what's down on the other one? I'm guessing this is where I'm supposed to go, but what about down here? You can tell it's important because it was guarded by a Team Gatling grunt. You've walked into the wrong mind, you nincompoop. I've met with the likes of you before. Oh crap, this thing. I forgot that Gen 9 mods are in this. Poof, for being such a jerk, you're not bad at this. Lately, Derringer has been very easygoing with the team. What's going on in his head? Hamburgers can see the future. He's been talking to the hamburgers. He says that when these two for $5 deal is out of this world. I will stop anyone who passes a threat to Team Gatlin. Whatever you say, man. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Do you have fireproof? You don't. Absol. Wait, you have a lot of physical, don't you? What a mess. I guess without the necessary strength, I'm not going anywhere. This used to be an old iron mine, but was abandoned because of toxic fumes. There are still some of those fumes in the lower floors, so be careful. Not to be confused with the type of fumes that can explode. Nothing in here. Ah, there's more. Got Sapphire Stone. Can you mention if what's-his-face can evolve? Houndoom? I'm amazed that there's only like 3 fake mons in this. Oh, technically 9. Oh, then there's the legendaries, that's right. Where'd the Thunderstone go? Or Firestone go? Nope, nobody. Nope, nobody. Nope, nobody. Not adequate. Nope. I think I'm no, Altaria still has a third stage, but Altaria can't evolve. Not to mention Houndoom still is a 2 evolution mon. Imagine a Houndoom evolution. That's technically impossible now because it got a Mega Evolution. Can't you see there are too many of us? Give up at once. Make me, nerd. Bet you can't. Can't make me. Ah, crap. It just had to be a poison type, huh? Oh, come on. Yeah, take that. Another poison type? I always think it's a grass type because of the green, but it's not. Couldn't save Team Gatlin. No, you failed. I guess when it comes to Pokemon, quality counts more than quantity. Or really any team. Whoops. Hey, wait a minute. No, this is something different. I require some kind of dynamite. Why are parts of this blocked? This is a team base, right? Shouldn't they, you know, be able to, like, you know... What? Who are you? This is private. This is a private room. Never mind. I'm one of the 3 what the crap? Brothers of Team Gatlin. I'm specialized in making everything explode. You're going to break into thousands of pieces. Yo-oh. This guy has blast damage. Hey, just had to be a steel type, huh? I like to think that Ash, when it comes to like teeter dance, she just kind of like dances like, come on! She dances kind of like Bayonetta or something. Can you imagine? Ash over here dancing like Bayonetta? Specifically in Bayonetta 3, because that's where she dances the most. Oh, and knows flamethrower, huh? Don't exactly have anything for him. Oh, there's more. I was probably gonna go for what's it called? Yeah, that a ground type move. It's really dumb how it's really dumb how this thing isn't a flying type. So that the thing makes sense. Not getting hit with ground types would make sense. Dang, you got like no defense. Explode, explode, explode. To hell with it. I will dedicate myself to playing the harpsichord in the street as my father did, and as my father's father did before him. I advise you not to touch this dynamite if you don't know how to handle it. You might regret it. Just leaves it. Don't think I have any things, but I do have a pocket. What's it called? Focus center, that's right. That's a thing here. Do not disturb our inner peace. This I can do. If only you knew Mega Drain or Drain Punch or something. You're a grass type. I'll have to get my act together. I don't know why, but I kind of want to see Serena dance kind of like Bayonetta now. That sounds funny. Can you imagine a Serena dancing like doing that little dance that Bayonetta does whenever she summons something? It sounds funny, or at least to me it does. Oh, we're back here now. I should probably save the dynamite for the thing I saw over here. Just in case. Aren't you ashamed to walk around our den like Pedro around his house? What? Is that a reference to something? Ah, crap. Double effective against me, right? Fire poison type? You're not surviving that. Wow. Not sure what your idea was here. Whoa, 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 there's no beach here. What? This may not be the most glamorous base ever, but it's cozy and very warm in the winter. Same in the basement, which is why I like the basement so much. It's cold during the summer, but warm during the winter. It's very weird. Hey, even an interlude like you has to get a little tired, right? Lie in our bed. Oh, look at that! Found some healing. This is very important. That is a value that we carry by flag in Team Catlin. I'm guessing I don't have a... that didn't evolve... that didn't refill the thing. Yep, it didn't. Alright, what's over here? I don't have like a limited dynamite, do I? Nope, there's one right there. Found some money. Found some candy. Found some dynamite. Alright, so now that I have the dynamite, I can go ahead and see what's over here. No, wait. Which way was it again? Was it this one? Yeah, this one. There was something blocking this way, right? Yes. Yeah. Good thing there's dynamite where I'm supposed to use dynamite. Sword stance, now that I can use. I bet nobody can learn it though. Nah, what'd I tell you? That would make the game too easy. We can't have that. Games aren't supposed to be easy. Where was there another rubble thing? Dynamite thing. Exploding thing. Majigger. This must be the poison fumes that they were talking about. That didn't hurt my mons, did it? No, it didn't. Maybe it's like Banjo-Kazooie where you're just like coughing all the time. Eventually, you like suffocate to death. Can I ride my horse? I can't. Look at my horse is amazing. Was there one over here, I wonder? Probably not. Nope. What's this? Okay. At least we know that there's a dynamite thing somewhere over here. That much I remember. There it is. What's this? That did something. I'm guessing that's for the door that we saw in the toxic fumes area. Do you think that this is like a weather effect? There's wild muns in here. What is it? Oh, it's a Mawile. That won't do very much. Oh, now I have to use Magical Leaf. I could use High Jump Kick, but it's not gonna do very much. I wonder if there's Mega Evolutions in this game. I never even... what's it called? Seen anything like that. Have we? We've seen transformations of some kind. I can't remember what though. Hey! Knock it off! Okay. Well, I guess now it's not a, what's it called? Weather effect. I thought maybe like, just by sending out your Pokemons they get like poisoned or something. Got some iron. Who would benefit from iron? I got 2 of them. Ash, probably. Should have sold them now that I think about it. Then again, now we're getting a lot more money, so it doesn't really matter. How much money do we have? Enough to buy 3 Pokeballs. Because for whatever reason, they are expensive here. What's this? It's an Ultra Ball, that's what it is. It's a metal coat. I can use this on Golem so it can evolve into a Steelum. I don't know. That'd be cool to have like a metal turtle. It evolves into like the metal turtle that Raphael from TMNT. Yeah. There was no reason to make it that long. Found the leak. I can use this, I think. But why though? Oh wait a minute, I had this power, that's right. Here we go. Itchy. Good thing Serena here's a grass type so she can just purify the air for us. Because that's how grass works. Or at least in real life. I always wondered if like it hurts the plant to purify. It probably doesn't, but I don't know. I'm not a botanist. But why though? But why though? But why though? You suck. Acrobatics. Ah crap, Leech Life has the buff too, doesn't it? Oh, now you let me go. I see how it is. Oops. Something over there. What is it? Some iron. Sure is a lot of iron. Oh, I get it, because this used to be an iron mine. I get it. That's so funny. It's not supposed to be funny. Well, why did I laugh then? I'm sorry. What's going on here? Hick, and Jinx said yes. Hick. My Pokemon has laid an egg, and I can't seem to take care of it. Hey, what if you keep it? Maybe you can give it to a good life. ¿Quieres meter el huevo en la incubadora? I guess. Although I am here temporarily to escape justice, my true calling is healing. Thank you. Rest is very important. Can't talk to the Chansey? You want something? Our drinks are very strong, only for steel-coated livers. You may be good at fighting, but I wouldn't push my luck with alcohol. By chance, did that give me the thing? Probably not. Nope. I'm not home today. Wait, I'm already there. So let's drink. Good God, this place is huge. Why can't real Pokemon dungeons be like this? An elevator? It's blocked though. Oh, cutscene. Kid, it's you. I knew you'd come. I knew you wouldn't leave me lying here. You're looking for a safe, you say? It's alright. It's right in this room. That must be it. I suppose that's the safe you're looking for. There isn't another one. Luckily, I have eavesdropped on the grunt's conversation. I found out how to open it. You see, here you can use a kind of master key with which you can open anything. The master key is usually carried by bomb squad members, so you will have to look for one nearby. You should take advantage now that they are running like headless Torchic. Apparently Derringer has left without warning, and there is no one in charge. Well, and if you get me out here, all the better. They're forcing me to eat a vegan diet, and I don't know how much longer I'll last. Why did it make me do that? Ah, yes. Pokemon. I'm going to show you all the power of my Pokemon. Yeah. This I can do. Obstagoon? This I can do. Hey. Forgive me, I'm a bit loud. That's my Obstagoon's. That's why Obstagoon is my partner Pokemon. Great, now I have to look for another Bomb Squad member thing, Majigger. Whatever the heck their prestige is that the other one just said. I'm one of the something or other triple threat person. Is this the same area with the toxic fumes, or is this different? I haven't really been paying attention to like the layout. Yeah, I guess it is. How do I get back? Just let my instincts take over. They'll know where to go. He's gay. Nothing over here. What is this? Oh, we've been here already. Oh, Larvitar. What exactly is a Larvitar? Like what is it based off? I know that Tyranitar is like, I know Tyranitar is kind of like Godzilla, right? But I don't think Godzilla like but that freaking has like a cocoon, does it? Probably not. Oh, that's right, she's dead. Now we kind of need to go back. I have this power, so use it. It's an ant. How the heck can you not get away from an ant? It's just an ant. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is where we found what's his face. That's right. The only thing that was over here was the thing, but it's blocked. Elevator. Where do I go from here? Wait, is this new? No, this is where you get to the thing. But none of us have rock climb. Wait a minute. Didn't even think of this before. Hold on. Ugh. Whoops, hold on. Like this. Ah, jeez, I thought. Chew the heck out of me for thinking. For thought. Get me out of here, I'm losing my mind. A Leiron? Can I do this? It's kind of weird how Aggron is actually one of the fastest, like, heavies. It's like Bowser from Smash Bros. Where do I go? So many twists and turns. Is there a thing I missed in here somehow? Wait, what's down here? Nothing. Need some kind of code in order to get to the elevator. Maybe. Take that. Dang, that did nothing. Oh, we're back here. This was like the beginning. And that just leads to the... Oh, there's Aggron. Ah, you dick. This leads to the train, right? No, this leads here. Was there anything else in here? Guess not. Don't tell me that there's gonna be like a freaking Aoni door where like... Where it doesn't look like there's a door, but there's actually a door there.
8 hours later.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't think that we're supposed to steal it from this guy, do you? I'm not home today. Let's drink. I see you want the key. Ah, come on. Are you serious? I'm too drunk. I'm not going to fight, you know. I will play a game of blackjack. If you win, I'll give you the key, but if you lose, you'll get your ass kicked. In the game of blackjack, each player receives cards randomly. Each time a card is dealt, the player will be able to decide whether or not they want to receive more cards. The objective is to add as close to 21 as possible with the accumulated cards. If an ace is dealt, the player can decide whether to count it as 1 or 13. Let's start. Oh, I thought this was called Catch 21. You have received 3. 3. Remember that you should try to add 21. Do you want to receive another card? Hit me. Receive the card. You have been dealt an ace. What value do you assign it to? Remember, you have to try to add 21. Just one. Hit me. Receive the card. A 4. So I have a 3? So I have 8, right? I have 8. Hit me. An 11. I have 8. So 19. This is a tough one. Now I could get lucky if I can get a 2. What do you think? Should I press my luck? I'm a gambling man. Yes! Okay, this works. This works for me. This works. Good, let's see how you... Let's see. 20, your opponent has 19. Heck yeah, man! Ouch, you win. Anyway, Team Gatlin is a failed project. Doesn't even care about us anymore. He left us here drinking while he goes on a trip out there. Anyway, take the key. I'm a gambling man, you hear? I think we would have tied if I didn't, you know, if I didn't gamble. I only gamble with my life, never my money. Hey, go for what's his face first. Mundanes. He opened the safe. Incriminatory document. Can you use the master key to free me, please? And so he did. Free at last. It's a good thing Derringer wasn't around. He would have put us in trouble. I last saw him this morning, you know. We were chatting a bit. What a dilemma. Can I help you with something, Mr. Derringer? I've dug out all the loot accumulated by Team Gatlin over the past few years. I need to carry it on my mission, but I don't think it's going to be enough if there was a way to make good use of this wealth. Invested in assets that generate added value. Real estate, company shares, you know? I have steady finance. I could help you, but I am locked up. The problem is that I don't have time. I must leave now and meet with Astrom as soon as possible. He's going to leave all his cronies in the dust. You don't do that. You don't do that. And on top of that, he steals all their loot. Is that what you wanted to get out of jail for me? Wanted to get out of jail for? To betray your comrades? Team Gatlin will do without me. They were very savvy guys. Now the mission is the most important thing. You have been a good guest, Leader Mundanes. I hope you find success in everything you set out to do. I have to say goodbye now. A hard journey through the White Mountains awaits me. It has been a pleasure. I wish you luck too. But who will take care of me now? You heard him. Derringer says that he is going to be to some White Mountains. Who knows where that is? Oh, should we go now? The dust and fumes from this mine are giving me asthma attacks. I can already tell that I wouldn't last a second in a cave like this. Huh? Thieves, I finally found you. You're not getting out of here, even if I have to bury you with the rest of Team Gatlin. Let's see how you manage now, ha ha ha. There must be another exit around here, I'm sure. Hey, guess what? It must be that weird trail thing that we found. Or, you know, the elevator. You found the elevator, you damn thieves. Never mind, I'm the strongest member of Team Gatlin. In Derringer's absence, I'll personally take care of eliminating you. Oh, thank God. Oh, dang, this thing has defense. What's this? Dang, you survived? Steamroller's a bug type move, right? I feel like it is. Dang, I was kind of counting on something else. Paralysis? Oh, come on, really? I have failed you, Great Derringer. Alright, take the elevator, you have earned it. Oh, he's mad. He's really mad. Look at him, he's mad. What's this? Where are we? Wait a minute, I know this place. I came on a field trip with my high school when I was younger. It's the seat of government. Government headquarters and Gatlin base are connected? What a bunch of kids. What should we do now? This is a major scandal. You have to get to the bottom of this ugly business. What? The government is a bad guy? Just in case. Oh, jeez! Who was this? He has come at us like a madman. Yeah, thank goodness I was able to smack him unconscious. Hey you, don't move from there. Look, they've come out of the secret room. Damn, let's give him a good lesson. Judo, shut up. You didn't see anything. You're so useless. It is clear that I am the superior. See how it's done. Dude, frickin' James. The crit and with the critical. How ya? I guess we speed tie. Can you look at this light for a moment? Ouch. We are the worst security personnel ever. Now what do we do? Mr. Opalo, this intruder came out of the secret room. Okay, why did you have to stick your nose where it doesn't belong? Are you aware of the mess you have just made and the measures you have forcing us to take? You had become my right hand man, and to repay me like this. What do we do now, Mr. Opalo? Take him to President Mustang. He must know about this incident. Come with me. You and I are going to have an emergency meeting with the president. What's this? Oh, I had an egg, that's right. I guess I was really lost in the maze, huh? Nah, I'm good. ¿Quieres añadir a Pokémon al equipo? Nah, I'm good. Oh, come on. It really is a delicate matter, this one. What should we do with you now? I like you when Apollo introduced you in Astral City. I apologize, Mr. President. I did not imagine this could happen. You discovered the secret passageway that leads to Gatlin Base, right? You should know that the passage was built by the previous government to deal with them. We wanted to close it, but the time was not right. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, I guess you can exercise some discretion. Can't you? Can't you? You won't make us do anything ugly. I understand that your mother is hospitalized in the Arvalo Town Health Center. You don't want anything bad to happen to her, do you? Well, I think we have an understanding. Show her the way out, Apollo, and be sure to keep an eye on her from now on. What's going on? What is the meaning of this, Apollo? How vile are you to extorcate from the lives of their family members? I know everything too, Leader Dahlia told me about it. I know about your relationship with Team Gatlin, and how you lied to us with the fake Pokemon League bombing. Now you will have to surrender to justice and let someone else take your place. And I suppose that someone else would be you, wouldn't it? I see where you're going. You crave to be president above anything else. You have you conspirator. So what if what you say is true? Do you know anything about what I have had to keep the prosperity of this region afloat? Do you think it's simple? What happened that day in the Pokemon League? Why did you want to extract Pokesense? It's obvious, isn't it? To have energy reserves and be prepared when the next economic collapse comes. Do you know what's coming? Scientists say that's a change in the climate and sunlight is going to occur, that an anomaly is about to happen in our planet. I just wanted to secure a future to Saphira, but it went wrong, and we caused a lot of pain because of it. And what did you want me to do next? Admit that the government had conducted a secret experiment that took hundreds of lives? Do you know the instability that would have brought? I made a deal with Team Gatlin to take the blame, and we got more control over them ever since. I met with them every month to make sure they only commit petty crimes. I have brought prosperity and security to Saphira. Where exactly do you see the problem? A security based on lies. No, lies can never mean justice. You make me sick with your demagogy. You're still too young. Why don't we solve this the old-fashioned way? What the? Oh crap, he's got a turkey. Oh. Oh no, it's buffing up. We better do something. Liquidation is physical, right? What's he gonna send out? Ah, you idiot. Why'd you send out an Alakazam on a physical type Pokemon? Nidoking can learn Thunder? Get rid of this thing. Oh, wait a minute, you're a Steel type, aren't you? It's okay, it's gone. Take that. So much is happening. It's going so fast I can barely keep up. Ah, you dick. Ooh. I have tried, I have failed, and I've been defeated. Now it's my turn to pay the consequences. In the end, you are strong. You truly represent the values, Saphira. Values that must be rebuilt. Transparency, truth, and justice must continue to be the pride of this region. Hey, Opalo. Now the president's chair is yours. You've earned it. The people adore you and will blindly follow you. You will soon see how difficult it is to govern during challenging times. Remember me in these words when the day comes when you stop recognizing yourself. A gun! What do you intend to do, you lunatic? As you will understand, dear Apollo, I am not willing to spend the next few years of my life in Collegian prison. And I don't want to shoot two young people with a bright future like you either. So opt for the easiest and most honorable solution. See you soon. How's that honorable? At least do it with the sword, you coward. Damn, this bravery has a well-deserved reputation. I don't know how you were so reckless, Mustang. Killing yourself with a gun. I mean, I didn't say anything. Nope, no I didn't. With a gun. What a stupid thing to do. You know, you now have a debt to pay to society. Something to contribute, and you will not get off so easily. You don't understand anything, Apollo. I don't care about excuses justifying corruption. I don't understand them, and I don't want to understand them. The following weeks were very intense in Saphira. After the scandal involving President Mustang was uncovered, elections were called immediately. Opalo represented his political candidacy and supported by the gym leaders and eminent figures such as Professor Urbano, won by an absolute majority. Saphira began a new era with the youngest president in its history, and the new president Opalo immediately began to push through a series of reforms to rescue the economy, forge alliance with foreign regions, and promote transparency in government. And this could have been a happy ending to Saphira's story, but something was about to happen in the Pokemon world. Wait, seriously? Even after my 7 badges? Los nativos habían empezado a darse cuenta. Algo horrible se notaba en el aire y los Pokémon asustados parecían estar huyendo de algo. La catástrofe de que Astrum había profetizado estaban a punto de descender e iba a sacudir a todo el planeta. Oh, thank God, man. That's what I want. Nah, I'm kidding. Un mes después. Is nothing after this, like, translated? Okay, good. I was about to say, for a whole month, or a whole week, my Pokemon haven't been healed. Arg, I have to revise some laws in order to draft a new decree to come out of the race. Copying the pasting, nobody will notice. It's government, nobody will notice. Good morning. How are your holidays going for you? Opalo has asked you to meet him in his office upstairs. He seems to have something on his mind. You'll talk to him. Opalo is a famous professor. I never would have imagined that this building has a secret base. Last week we had a diplomatic meeting. Oh god, this place is huge. Let's go to the place where we couldn't explore last time. Oh, we're back here. Where was the place that I wasn't able to explore? It might have been just this place, really. Let's just go. Mr. President, I have something to discuss with you, I think. It has been a very fruitful meeting. I am sure that this is the beginning of a great business relationship between Kanto and Saphira. President of Kanto. I think so too. I hope someday I can invite you to Kanto. They say you have to try Celadon City noodles once in your life before you die. Yeah, thanks for coming. Are you enjoying your well-deserved vacation? I wish you could ask me the same question. I haven't stopped for a second in the last month. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Dalio is about to finish building the new Pokemon League. He has asked me to emphasize to you that you have to participate, that you are going to be one of the big stars in this event. But you still need one more badge, don't you? I think it's the one from Quesadilla Town? You should get back to your adventures and get the badge as soon as possible. Good morning, Opalo. Can I steal Kitt from you for a second? If the new Minister of Science and Research asks me, of course. Thanks for the exposition there. Yet I have made new discoveries from Astrum and Astro Pokemon and its possible location. The last record of the natives that speak of the sighting of this Pokemon mentioning the mountains of Sierra Boreal. It is said that after this last appearance, Astrum vanished in the middle of a snowstorm there. Now, didn't Derringer say that he had to travel to some white mountains? It is possible that he also has his information. Are you good at withstanding the cold? Maybe you should go on an expedition to Sierra Boreal. I've also told Gala about it, and she's going to head there too. Were you sending Kit in dangerous mission again? Dangerous mission? This will be the last one. Hopefully all the mysteries will be cleared up. Okay, but remember that Derringer is still out there on the something. Though if you could catch him, Kid, I'd greatly appreciate it. To get to Mount Boreal, you had to first pass through Quesadilla City, west of Allison Town. The area of Zephyra is very mountainous. You'll need this. Climbing equipment. Come on, pull. You've done enough slacking. Hey! Can people stop slapping me on the back? Well, I guess we don't need rock climb. That's good. I've entered the nerd room. Yeah, I gotta go wash myself from all these cooties. Ah, jeez. Are we in Quesadilla Town? Like this. Okay. Really, a whole week without the whole week has passed. How the heck has freaking what's his name not done anything? Derringer or even Gala. It took her a whole week to find out that it's, you know. Ah, there's Quesadilla Town. Oh wait, it's right here. That's right. Wait, no, it's not. I was about to say, isn't this like where we got the Mudsdale? But it's not. It's not where we got the Mudsdale. It's not. I swear it's not. It's not. I swear. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Mountain Man! Huh? Hey, have you already learned to climb the rock walls? I've been doing it since I was little. I guess you've talked to Professor Ibano, right? It's quite possible that Astrum is waiting for us at the Boreal Mountains, at the top of this mountainous region. If it's been a week since he's last done anything, he's probably dead. Although if that Derringer is anywhere near, he'll do his best to wipe us off the map. We should fight here and now, to check if we're really prepared for the challenge that lies ahead. Lycanroc, you just yeet your last haw. Yeah, take that. Turtonator, you just yeet your last haw. What do you mean that was neutral? What are you? It's a lot of surfs. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta be like this? You forced my hand on this. Ah, crap, it's faster. I don't exactly have a fighting type. I do have a dark type. Wait, it's gonna be neutral though. don't know why I just do it. Explosion? Get that out of here. We don't need it. Oh boy. This must be the final evolution. This game's probably a special attacker. I don't know why I did that. Not get paralyzed. If you can get paralyzed, that'd be nice. Just a little bit. Just a little paralysis would be fine. Just the paralysis is fine. Just paralysis. Just get paralyzed. Just get paralyzed. That's all you need to do is just get paralyzed. It's not fair. The dialogue goes a little too fast. That's probably a bad idea. Do I have a max potion? Should be able to survive it. Oh boy. I hope you're faster than it. I feel more than ready, don't you? Impressive. I never thought traveling would make me so strong. Thank you for always bringing out the best in me. There's no way Derringer can match our combined power. Today I feel very optimistic. I think we are on the verge of solving this mystery, and who knows, maybe even figure out how to cure our relatives of their insanity. I'll wait for you at Quesadilla City. It is close to here. We can stop to rest and ask for directions to Boreal Mountains. As a valley. Way to show off. Alright, so before we fight that guy, oh jeez, never mind. Are my mons okay? They are not. I don't know how close or far away the next city is, so let's just go ahead and do this. We should also stock up on medicine. That's probably something we should do. Especially since freaking Grug over here has like 200 HP. Not even hyper potions, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? Not even full heals, man. Come on, man. Why you like this? Why are you gonna be so rambunctious? Well, that was no help. I mean, we got medicine at least. Regular medicine. Thank God for the speed up button. Hey, you, give me everything you've got. Make me, nerd. Just try it. Oh, thank God. He just has a parasect. Bronzong. I did not mean to do that. My button clicking powers are just too powerful. Ah, this thing has fireproof. The riches is not he who has the most, but he who makes the most critical hits. Huh? I hope to return to the south soon. I can't stand the high mountain climate. How do these tribes of natives who live in the frozen peaks all year round do it? Huh? Oh, that's easy. I just stay home. Curl up in my warm little blanket. That's not gonna be annoying at all. Oh crap, it's one of these. Beings of Earth and never forget that instead of beings of Earth. Don't forget your bond. Don't forget to bring a towel. Ugh, it's one of these things. Oh, so you want to be like that, huh? So you want to play? You want to play now? I see how it is. Calm Mind. This I can use. I bet nobody can use it though. Because it makes the game too easy. Yep. It makes the game a little too easy. What the? Come on. Oops. Definitely not gonna be annoying. These mountains are timeless. It seems that the time does not pass for them. Ah, you suck. Oh, come on! Take that. Sand Slash. I kind of forgot that Sand Slash can learn that. He who is strong always prevails. That is a timeless rule. You know what else? You know what else is a timeless rule? Going to the Pokemon Center and refuse to buy any revives. What's that over there? Looks like some kind of legendary thing. Legendary Pokemon home. Giddy up, horse. Come on. I'm too fast. Oops. And so far nothing happened. I mean, so far I haven't found any upgrade towards like the Estus flask. That kind of sucks. There's an engraving with the Lycanroc in the stone. There's an engraving with the Lycanroc in the stone. There's an engraving with the Lycanroc in the stone. Something tells me that I need a Lycanroc for that. Yo, come on, just push it. Just push it. Whoa. Hey, another outlaw. You're gonna get it. You just think everybody's an outlaw. This thing is a dragon. Aren't you a grass type? I think so. Take that. This thing. I knew I should have switched. I don't know why I didn't. Slurpuff. I don't really have anything for fairy types. Yeah, I do. Oh, good, it knows Energy Ball. That's good to know. That is very good to know. That is very good to know that it has Energy Ball of all things. Very good, very good, very good. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting such a move from something like this. Mostly because literally nobody uses this thing. Looking like that, I mistook you for an outlaw. You trying to say something? What are you? I walk 10 kilometers at a brisk pace every day to keep in shape. How much is 10 kilometers? Explorer? Oh, word ears in this. Are you a normal type? What a beating, I'm not fit yet. Have you encountered any of these Scythers in the area? This is a powerful bug type Pokemon that you'll only find here. That sounds really cool, but I've already used a Scyther. You know what I've been thinking? Using a, what's it called? Doing a Scyther only playthrough. You know how like the Pikachu only playthrough was a thing? Yeah, but with Scyther. I like Scyther. Oops. I can see like my little guy bouncing up and down in the corner of my eyes, but because like, you know, the clicky clacks of my keyboard. Why not just get a different keyboard? I don't have one. I mean, I do, but it's really annoying to use. Made it to Quesadilla Town. Mission accomplished. Wait, can I buy hyper potions here? No, yeah I can. God dang, but they're so expensive. It's a lot better just to get milk. I'll take a milk. The natives bring us very mysterious stories of the Boreal Mountains. Are you following Team Gallon? Huh? Are you following or interested in some information about them? I guess? Well, I've been told that a recruit of medium-high rank has hidden in Boreal Mountains, in a secluded place that can only be accessed through one of the caves in these mountains. If you're going to pursue him, I advise you first claim the reward at the Austral City police station. I guess? Bufaland. I wonder, how fast can I make that? Not as fast as I thought. I thought maybe I could like stack it, like, by a lot. Who throws away an ether? Pokemon does. Because they keep forgetting that that's even a thing. And for some reason it's like the most rare item in existence. Except nowadays where you can just find it wherever. A Snom for a Sizzlipede? I'll think about it. I mean, I mostly like Snom though, not Sizzlipede. Sizzlipede isn't bad, but still. I much prefer a Snom. Because it's cute. I have been doing some research. If we want to cross the Boreal Mountains, we must first talk to the gym leader Brezzo, the best climber in the region. But apparently the leader is not in the gym right now. Who'd have thought? What a novelty. I have been told that he is possibly at the cabin in Route 14. We will go there. I guess. The gym leader is not at the gym? That's like never heard of, especially in this game. In the mountains, you have to measure your strength and act wisely. It is forbidden to take risks and do crazy things. Oh yeah? I don't think I have anything for you. Wait, you're still... Wait, aren't you still weak to rock types for some reason? Guess not. It's the battle of the sturdies. If you're stronger than me, there's not much I can do. The river on this route remains frozen most of the year. The good thing is that you can glide over it. Really? You lied to me. Ugh, ice puzzles. Why though? I don't really need it. Hey, you know what would be fun? You know what everybody in the entire world likes? Ice puzzles. I don't know a single person out there who doesn't like ice puzzles. Got some calcium. It's good for the bones. What does calcium do? Is that a speed? Is that for speed? I feel like that's for speed, but I don't know. Many compare life to travel, but the reason one travels and the reason one lives are not the same. Yeah? Aren't you a ground type? Doesn't matter, still good enough. Oh boy. Ginger. I'm dead. Even if I lose a match, I can always try again next time. I've met and fought against many trainers. I hope I have helped them achieve their goals. I'm running low on Moo Milk. Ah, crap. Oh, this is for a Max Repel. The most useless item in this entire game. I like how the golem goes wherever I do the thing. Wherever I have my... What is that called? Cursor. Cross. Arrow buttons. Grumpig. A psychic type? What are you doing somewhere over here? Wait, there's more over here. Not everyone who wonders is lost, but in your case, you look like you want to fight. It looks like the person who made this suddenly started saying, what if we made the routes a little more interesting? Because now there's actually twists and turns. There isn't exactly anything I can do to you. Wait, what are you? Are you a pure ground type? I never stood a chance, did I? Keep messing up the buttons to which one has the speed up and which one doesn't. Like this. If only there was like a mechanic where what's it called? Mudsdale. God dang it. Mudsdale like can freely walk in the ice. But I'm sure they don't let us use it because, like, you know, Mudsdale is heavy. A little too heavy. Like really heavy. Holy crap, it's heavy. What's going on? storm is getting more and more intense. Dude, for real? You start to lose your senses. Fainted? Grug, help me. Hey, you. Are you still alive? What a bummer. I have to get you to safety. Hey, are you still alive? Ah, she is. What a nuisance. Hey, I wanted to check the other one. Are you okay? Looks like a big blizzard has kicked up out there. Luckily, Leader Brizzle found you before it was too late. By the course you were on, you wanted to get to the Boreal Mountains, right? Only fools would dare go to the place at this time of year. But you don't look stupid. Kid Gala, right? You are definitely not stupid. Do you know us? Not exactly, but you are two challengers who have excelled, and I am a gym leader. I have followed your career closely, and I know that you have a good head on your shoulders. But you haven't answered my question. What do you want to do in Sierra Boreal? That's our personal business. I can only tell you that we need to solve a mystery on the mountain. A mystery that could affect the entire region, or maybe the whole world. Humans come down from the mountains, and the mountain always claims what it is its own. Is a saying of the explorers. Are you sure you're not answering the call of death? Do you know? At the top of Sierra Boreal, there's a kind of enchantment, something that natives of Sephira built. It is a small altar with a bonfire that never goes out. Their beliefs say that with that bonfire, the shamans could access astral planes. Of course, that must be what we're looking for. Regarding the questions you raised about the mystery that affects the whole world, I think I know something else. In the last month, the Pokemon have started to leave. And I don't mean that they are migrated or something similar. I mean that they are no longer here, as if the earth were swallowing them. What? How is that possible? I was hoping that mystery researchers like yourselves could tell me something. It has started recently. Some supernatural force is taking the Pokemon somewhere. And you know what? I suspect he is doing it to save them. You're a native, aren't you, girl? You know all those tales of the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit will tell Pokemon when they are in danger. That's what your myths say, right? You said it yourself. They are just fairy tales for children. Like story or not, many Pokemon are. Ah, jeez, hold on a second. My back kind of hurts. Initiating bed mode. But get the microphone just a little bit away from. There we go. And they are getting to safety. This is terrible. We have to get to the top of Sierra Boreal as soon as possible. Don't even think of doing it now. You would lose your life in vain. Cup. Drink this infusion. It will help you. And you should spend the night here. Tomorrow this blizzard will have abated. Why don't you tell me about your adventures in the meantime? I haven't been in contact with anyone for a long time. It is very kind of you to offer us your hospitality. We'll gladly tell you about our adventures. What a weird response. Oh, you've been through a lot. Now I'm beginning to understand why you have stood out so much among the rest of the trainers. I like that Mundanus from your stories. I hope to meet him someday. He is a good person, yes. It is late. You should rest and let the infusion I have given you take effect. You can sleep under those blankets, so you'll be close to a fireplace. I'll lie down in the kitchen so you have privacy. You're very generous, Mr. Presso. The #1 rule of mountaineering is to give shelter and your refuge to those who need it. Who knows if tomorrow I might need it. Sleep well, my friends. Nothing in here can harm you. I wonder what that hide is made from. Shall we go to bed now then? Tomorrow we have to get it very early. Ah! Isn't what Leader Brezzo said worrying, right? That some Pokemon are disappearing. And he mentioned the Great Spirit, but he would not do such a thing. The Great Spirit is the god who watches over the union between humans and Pokemon. He is a kind being. Anyway, maybe tomorrow we'll be able to contact Astrum, and he will clarify the whole situation for us. Hey, go to sleep. And they did. We have arrived. This is it. We have finally arrived. Come, bring him to this place. Yes, the legend was true. Now we have made it our own. Hey, wait a minute. Is someone watching us? Someone is spying on us in their dreams. A young woman. Come closer, kid. Why don't you tell me your name? Say your name. Say nothing. I'ma say it. You're leaving now. We haven't met yet. Just because I don't know you doesn't mean I can't hate you. You also had the same dream, right? This dream was different from all the others. It was evil. There was a person, a woman. I think she was trying to hurt someone. Right now, I'm feeling a lot of chills, and it's not because of the weather. Little Brother is watching for us outside, waiting. The entrance to the Boreal Mountains is near here. Go left. Once there, you will begin the hard ascent. But I guess you already knew that. Thing is, I feel as if the cold couldn't get to me today. It's because of that infusion I gave you last night. It had slug mud slime in it. It will keep your body temperature high all day long, so make the most of it. I hope you bring me good news and find out the reason for the disappearance of the Pokemon. But come back alive. Remember, we have a battle waiting for you at the gym. We'll be back, it's a promise. Okay. Wow, not a single encounter. Maybe the Pokemon really are leaving. Let's see if he's lying. He lied to us, this freaking guy. What the heck? It's a Jackalope Lopunny. That's kind of funny. Oh crap, I forgot that I'm a what's it called? Ground type. Take that. Freaking Brezel, dude, he lied to us. I'm running really low on milk. Maybe this isn't the best place for a dragon. But Altaria here at least has electric typing. Why can't I just use my Altaria to get up there? Because I'll make it too easy. Ah, god dang it. Oh yes, I forgot I'm not a flying type. Because that makes sense. Dragons are cooler than flying types. Ah, jeez, why? Pay attention. These totems were placed by the natives who lived in these mountains. I think they point the way to the top of... We should pay attention to them. She went this way. Freedom is the key to life. I want to be free, like the wind that blows on the slopes of this mountain. You're asking for too much. What the? Wait, is Togetic a fairy type now? I completely forgot. Parabolic charge. It's the battle of the electric types. Like this. Don't cut yourself. You have to be freer. Free yourself. Are you headed to the top? Many have tried, but the path is very hard. Is it though? For once, there's actually exploration. Elixir. This way. Oh, geez, this thing. The thing that kept me frozen for like the entirety of the raid battle back in Pokemon Violet. Don't try looking it up. I kind of did it off screen. I mean, yeah, it's in one of my videos. All you have to do is look for it. Looks like Thunderbolt is my only... What's it called? Oh, and Dragon Pulse, I guess. I'm all out of that, though. This guy... Good God, this thing has like so much special defense. That's probably why. No, not you. You. Paragono is so weird. It looks like a special Pokemon, but I don't think it is. Would this be technically better than Beat Up? Probably not. Okay, yeah, the higher the attack of the target. AD. Would it be better than Beat Up? Technically yes, but also I like Beat Up. Okay, fine. Alright, what else is there? Yo, oh. This mountain is not big enough for the both of us. Time to duel. Arrgh! Screaming cowboy goes. Ah crap, I got like nothing for this thing. If only I had Baton Pass. It's not fair, I want a dinosaur. I'll duel to the death with knives. Cosmic energy floods the altar at the top of Sierra Boreal. Or so say the natives, shamans. I don't know if I believe it until I see it with my own eyes. Yeah, well, I haven't seen a single cowboy in my entire life. In real life. How do I know those are real? Nah, I'm kidding. I live in the Midwest. There's cowboys everywhere. Or at least wannabes, at least. I want to stock up on things, revives, but are you hiking? Well, you just got into a lot of trouble running into me. I want to get revives, but at the same time I don't because they're freaking expensive. Yeesh, that's long. How did that one-shot me? I thought Gunk Shot was a special type. I'm the one who's in trouble. I heard rumors that the dangerous members of the Team Gatlin was hiding here. Is that true? Well, what a place to hide. You know what's weird? Even though I'm from like a really cold region, that being like, you know, the mountains of Colorado, I cannot handle the cold. I absolutely hate the cold. Well, you tried your best, JP. Yep. Oh, good, it's just a Lunatone. Oh, crap, it's just a Lunatone. Good, good. We're out of that. Oh, hey, a nurse. I guess I used up my... Ah, crap, all of it. Wait, no. All of this is special. Wow. What amazing vitals. Don't forget to bring a towel. Can you claim to have the flawless team spirit? Allow me to be your witness. Good thing I don't have any physical attacks. This guy. What was it? Dragon Dance? Pulse. Finally, a dragon move. I kind of want to get rid of Sludge Bomb, but at the same time, it's actually good. Shadow Ball might come in handy. Toxic comes in very handy, but I barely use it, and I think I have the TM for it, so I think we're good. Yeah, oh, it's slacking. What the heck? Oh, that's right. Slacking is like extremely powerful, but at the same time, it's probably one of the weakest at the same time. It's fair and balanced. Well, it was only a defeat. We should not make a mountain out of a molehill. Well, why not? That kind of... you just kind of making fun of the mole, that poor guy. He worked really hard on that hill. I've literally never seen a mole before. I have nothing against you, but that look is challenging enough to set my blood on fire. They're mostly around like prairie areas, right? But there's not a single one of them over here. Oh, come on! Lance, you got like no defense. To be fair, Absols have a lot of physical attack. What a Pokemon. Strong trainers also know how to admit defeat without something. Where you going? This is my item. This guy trying to steal my items. Does he think he is the protagonist? Boreal Mountains. I wonder if there's like an Easter egg where you can actually fight what's his face, the Dark Souls 3 boss of Boreal Valley. I keep forgetting his name. Something something of Boreal Valley. Oh, we're back here. Easy now. Is everybody healed up? Yes. Just making sure. What's up here? Can we jump? We can't. This just skips the trainers. What the heck? No, it doesn't. There's an actual ledge down there for some reason. Ooh, we're going the right way, it looks like. Now where? I have come from far away to face someone very strong. Will you let me... Will you be that someone? Jeez. I don't really have anything for you. Oh, but apparently you do. This Raichu just kind of knows Psychic. Why did I do that? I could have gone to Grug. Magnificent, fantastic, spectacular. The challenge of the gyms is very hard. If you don't win, you can't advance. I think I prefer to continue my journey free and carefree. If only, man, if only. Speaking of which, there is this new Pokemon game that just came out like right before Scarlet and Violet. It was like, what was it called? Pokemon Wilds or something like that? It's like an open world Pokemon game. It's really cool. I really want to try it. I have it, but I haven't tried it yet. It's mostly because we're still doing this one. That sounds so condescending. The storm is picking up again, but we can't give up. It's not fair. How come we can't do that? The top is getting closer. Oh, you're alive? There you are, Derringer. The last time I said goodbye to you, I said see you never, didn't I? I don't want to see you again, and I don't want to cross my path. Why not? We can cooperate and be in this together. Cooperate with Rabble? Nope. There is only room for one hero, and it must be me. Also, why would I cooperate with Kitt, who has sabotaged my Team Gatlin? Hey! Go home, light blue-haired woman. I do know who they are, but I must warn you that they are looking for you. And if they find you, the same fate awaits you as your brother. Huh? But what do you know about all that? I have been able to see many things and meet many people in my dreams. I told you. If I were you, I would hide in the most remote place in the world instead of traveling around. We must get to Astrum before he does. I think I can still walk just fine. You ever wonder if like the next mass extinction is just gonna is gonna be like you know, how like the dinosaurs happened? Something is gonna like, you know, take over. Meanwhile the little guys just kinda like hide in places for evolution. Yeah. Like, what if something takes over in IRL, like right now? Where are the people going to live? Underground? We're just gonna develop like weird eyesight and senses just to hide in caves. Ouch, my leg hurts a lot. Is she bleeding? I guess I didn't come out of that fall as well as I thought I would. And the storm continues to rage. Perhaps the most sensible thing to do would be to look for a place where we could take refuge for a while. Oh good, she cleaned up the blood. She knows common courtesy. Jeez, you really don't have a lot of physical attack. What the heck? I thought this thing had the... What's it called? I thought this thing had Pokeverse for a second. This thing! The thing that shouldn't exist. I'm still not coming at it. I still won't. I refuse to like that thing. Along with Stuffle. I don't know why, just looking at Stuffle makes me mad. There's something about it. There's a cave. Could it be the thing that we're looking for? Guess not. But I am kind of wondering what that cave has to offer. I'm surprised that Mudsteel can actually, you know, be here, given that it's a ground type. I managed to light a fire. Stand next to it. Come on, we can rest for a while. I guess you're wondering about what Derringer told me earlier. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that it's none of your business. It's something that happened a long time ago. I need some sleep. I'm sorry, I'm being such a burden, really. Anyway, we can move forward until the storm comes down. Adian. Adian, where are you? Zoo. Calm mind. Her special attack and defense have gone up. That thing. That Pokemon was Astrum. It's the first time we've seen him outside of our dreams. We must continue right now. Sounds like there's a blizzard going out though. Oh, this can't be used as a Pokemon Center? That sucks. But she went through all that trouble. Man, can you imagine a Pokemon Dark Souls? I kind of want that now. Like, instead of Pokemon Centers, it's just a free roam Pokemon game, and when you see a bonfire, that's where you heal. That sounds really cool. I like that. I like that idea. With like the Estus flask being the Pokevial. I want that already. I want that to be a thing. Maybe there is something like that out there already. You never know. People make ROM hacks left and right. Oh good, it's just a Noctowl. Got a max push on. Oh come on. Almost there. One more level for him. Oh, what the heck? That didn't heal Lance? It's dumb. Dumb. We can really use a nurse. Or a bonfire. Oh, there's a nurse. You know, now that I think about it, not since freaking Sundao? Sundao. Sundao? Sundao. Oh wait, you're a fairy type, aren't you? Most likely weak to physical attacks. I was gonna say, oh yeah, because like in like the Dark Souls thing, right? You could probably like find your way into higher level areas without if you just try. What vital signs? So you can probably meet like a lot of strong Pokemon and heal up. Or level up, I mean. It can be like Elden Ring. Like the highest level possible area be like access to you if you really try. I mean, all you really have to do is find like that chest that teleports you to like the that one place, to like the Berserk area, and then you can just grind your heart's content. Which, by the way, I lost a lot of sleep because of that place. Not because it was scary, but because it was because I just kept leveling up. I was just grinding left and right, just beating up the little guys and doing like the boulder trick. What the? Yeah. I really wanted to use the Sword of Night and Flame. Okay. It's a really cool sword. I found a mod some time ago where that you can replace like any weapon of your choice with like the Master Sword in Hylian Shield. You have a heroic air. Do you dare to measure yourself against me? Let's not. But yeah, I found a mod that makes it so that you get the Master Sword and Shield, right? And I made it so that it replaces the Sword of Night and Flame because, like, you know, the sword beam and the spin attack. Yeah. The Master Sword replaces the Sword of Night and Flame, while the Hylian Shield replaces the basic shield. Because that's all you really need is the basic shield that you start with, or at least, you know, with like the knights, or the knight class, I should say. Dang, this poor Himotop has like nothing to hit me with. I got like nothing for this thing. At some point we gotta play Elden Ring, but I feel like that's gonna take like for freaking ever to get through. It took me like a month and a half just to get through the whole game by myself. How long do you think it's gonna take us to get through it here? There's a seed of a hero in you. And yeah, I played it like non-stop back in the day. So a month and a half of me non-stop playing that thing? Yeah. Then again, I mostly like grinded and stuff, and trying to look for all those things that freaking rage gaming videos told me to do. You don't give up, do you? All right, let's settle this for good. Dead. Derringer, tell me, what do you know about my brother Adian? Please tell me. I was able to talk to the person who captured him. He is no longer the same person you knew. It's best if you forget about him. No, never. Plot twist, that's Adian. Let me heal your Pokemon. You have to beat him. Derringer is Adian. Do you accept my duel then? This time I will go with everything I have. Who is the true chosen one who will save the world from this destruction? Let's dance, boys. I was just about to say, don't you dare. I don't have a full restore on me. That sucks. Ah, this thing. Poison dark type. Or fairy dark type. Yeah, loser. No, I was kind of hoping. Another full restore? Yep. Another full restore? Nope. Ah, you dick! How the heck is this thing faster than a dog? This guy. What the heck do I have against a Nant? This guy. I was about to say, don't you dare make it so that actually kills me. Darkest Lariat? Yeah, take that. +4 to Planeswalker, bit. What do you mean you missed? I picked up a never mind, I have hyper potions. I was gonna say, I picked up a max potion somewhere. Ooh. Terrible eyes. What the heck are you? Psychic flying type? What do you mean you missed? I just want to get through this. What's with all the freaking critical hits, man? Mega Horn. It's about freaking time you learned that. But now I don't have anything that I want to get rid of. No, 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 impossible! How could I? The great Derringer have lost to a nobody. I'm not ready, but I have trained all my life for this moment. Oh, okay. Why? Why can't I beat you? I have many items. Do you understand now, Derringer? There's no chosen one. We are in this together. Astrum wants us to work together. Dead. No, that is impossible. I am the hero of this story. The only one there is. Derringer, see reason. I've reasoned enough. If I accept your theory, if there really is no chosen one, it means that there is no justification for all the evil acts that I have committed throughout my life. I won't accept it. No! I'll get to Astrum before anyone else, and he'll see to it that I am worthy. It's not that way. Look at you. You're on the verge of hypothermia. You will lose your life if you go the wrong way. My instincts will never fail me, and if I have to die, so be it. Will dying in vain be the end of your great journey? And all for refusing to collaborate because you considered us inferior? You are inferior. If you were in my head, if you could see what I see, you would really notice. Our paths part here. I promise you I will save the world. This time will come when the whole world will remember me fondly. Derringer managed to save us all. And then he died. Just like what's his face. Just like Giovanni. I can sure use a nurse right now. What's this? Is this the place? It's a fire. Look, it is the flame that does not go out. That the leader Brezel told us about. Did he? Did he say something about this? How odd. It's not even a bit cold anymore. But now what? The flower you picked at Astral Tower. I have a hunch. It may be a stupid thing to say, but I'm going to throw it in the fire. Don't you sense a strange feeling in the atmosphere? Hey, why are you looking at me like that? Hey, are you okay? Your face is a bit weird. Are you okay? Hey, where are you going? Wait, I'm leaving too. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Few human beings would have been able to make it this far. Now, you must pass one final test. Pokeballs are useless here. Lean on your fellow Pokemon and battle me. So I can't fight him? You son of a bit! Astrum. Should I take his word for it? Don't steal, you son of a bit. Yep. Now get paralyzed, you son of a bit. Get Thunderbolt, you son of a bit. Oh, he knows Mystical Fire, you son of a bit. Get paralyzed, you son of a bit. Come on, just a little bit. Just get paralyzed. Just get paralyzed a little bit, you son of a bit. I'm assuming this thing is a psychic type, you son of a bit. Lance tried to poison him, you son of a bit. Oh, it knows Moonblast, you son of a bit. Take that. Oh, it's a fairy type? I beat Astrum, you son of a bit. I'm sorry. Outrage. I don't want that. It might be good, but it leaves you confused. You have done very well. Your Pokemon fully trust you. Oh, I feel so dizzy. It's as if we're suddenly traveled to another dimension. You both passed the test. Congratulations. I have been waiting a long time for someone to come to answer my call. I alerted everyone who had the power to listen to me, but in the end, only the two of you made it. Astrum, I need to know something. Why did you choose us? Why did you choose our families? The damage you have caused my father and Kitt's mother, it's irreparable. Even Derringer himself, they've all gone mad in one way or another because of your visions. Even I was sure that I would end up going crazy. Why, Astrum? No one was chosen. The call was for the whole world. I still don't fully understand why only certain humans are able to communicate with me. Perhaps your bloodlines were blessed by the Great Spirit aeons ago, and you have inherited that power. I'm aware of human frailty, and of the damage I may have caused. I ask your forgiveness. Continued transit between the physical plane and the astral plane can fragment even the most powerful of minds. But it's not fair. Nobody said it was. Please listen to me carefully. Because right now, you are perhaps the only people who can prevent the destruction of this world. So it is true. There's an approaching threat? Leader Birds have told us that some Pokemon are disappearing. Does that have something to do with what is going to happen? Yes, the Great Spirit is taking the Pokemon to safety. But the Great Spirit would never do such a thing. The Great Spirit wants to preserve the bond between humans and Pokemon. Do you remember what I told you in Alisio Town? Okay, I can see that you don't. The Great Spirit is the creative forces of the universe. According to the beliefs of my people, the natives of Saphira, the Great Spirit was the one who brought the Pokemon into this world and taught humans how to train them. But, so all this was real. I always knew it. I will tell you a little about the origin of the Pokemon, despite the fact that the time we have is scarce. Millions of years ago, when the Earth was still an infant floating in the cosmos, the entity that some of you humans know as the Great Spirit came to this planet from outer space. And just as he had already done with many other worlds, he populated the seas with the creatures you know as Pokemon. Wow, I can't believe that Game Freak actually made this canon. At first, these forms of life were very primitive, but they developed. And they became diverse and extraordinary creatures. So that's where the Pokemon came from. Are you serious? You are seeing it with your own eyes, aren't you? I have the ability to show events of the past, present, and future. Although the Great Spirit did not expect that another form of intelligent life would develop in this planet. Does he not know about evolution? Human beings. Fortunately, humans and Pokemon ended up being friends. That was the moment when the inhabitants of the Saphira region met him. After some time, the Great Spirit retired to a place of stasis to rest. The Jet Hills, the scared place for the natives of West Saphira. Exactly what is the place where the Great Spirit rests? If he isn't stopped, the Great Spirit plans to round up all the Pokemon in the world and take them to another planet, thus bringing them to safety. But keep them safe from what? The Great Spirit has created Pokemon on countless planets in this universe. But not all of the creations turned out well. One creation in particular became corrupted, fusing with the toxic composition of its planet and giving rise to a ravenous and cruel Pokemon. This Pokemon devoured the planet on which it had been created, but that did not appease its hunger. For millions of years, it has wandered the universe, devouring other planets, and with them all the Pokemon that inhabited them. Unctena? Unctena, that is the name that the Great Spirit gave him. Well, let's see if I can take a guess that Unctena is approaching our planet, right? I'm afraid so. Earth is a planet where Pokemon have developed exceptionally well, probably because of the bond you have maintained with humans. All that life has released an energy that has managed to capture the attention of Unctena. The Great Spirit will not allow the Pokemon to be eaten, so they will be taken to another planet. As for you human beings, you will be left to certain death. So Derringer wasn't as crazy as he seemed, or my father. But what can we do to avoid all this? A defense system must be deployed to protect this world from Unctena. I'm not strong enough to handle it right now. But there is one person who might be able to do it. Thank goodness it wasn't all bad news. In West Saphira lived a person with an extraordinary spirit capable of achieving great things. You are not destined to meet each other yet, but if you travel west in about 28 days, your paths will meet. Seek out the special person, for they are the only hope of saving every form of life in this world. I know it is a lot of information, all at once, but the time I am allowed to be on the physical plane is limited. It is time for me to go, but we will meet again. When the time comes, we will look for that special person in West Saphira. Wait, I want to ask you something before you go. Why are you helping us? You're a Pokemon, aren't you? Why are you so eager to help humans? I was helped by a human a long time ago. You could say that I am indebted to humans. Besides, I don't want this planet to disappear either. Gala, Kid, thanks for listening. I have full confidence in you. May the wind always blow on your back, in Netica. At last, we know the truth. Do you realize that we are now the only people who know that the end of the world is about to come? Unctena, what kind of Pokemon will it be? I guess the important thing now is to follow the instructions Astrum has given us. We must become stronger and travel to West Saphira when 28 days are up. Well, we still have a gym badge to win. Let's go back to Quesadilla Town. And so we did. Leader Brezzo is waiting for us in this gym. You go first. I'm going to take a nap after everything that's happened. I wish I had your energy. Nothing manages to exhaust you, as if a strange force were pushing you to keep moving forward. Okay, gameplay time. Dang, in a weird way, I kind of knew that there was like a Pokemon that was going to eat the planet as like the apocalypse. I remember some time ago I heard like this weird legend about about a dragon that just kind of eats planets, like IRL, like an actual huge freaking dragon that just eats planets for one reason or another. This was back when I was a kid too. I don't remember its name. Maybe I can look it up. Maybe I can look it up now. Let's see. I remember reading about this like in some kind of book. Dragon, or hold up a second. Cryptid. How's that? Cryptid. Dragon. Come on. Dragon that eats planets. See if we can find it. That's not a dragon. That's the monster from Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. Well, technically it's a dragon. Now, where is it? I'm actually kind of curious because this was from like a childhood book that I used to read. It had like a whole bunch of like cryptids on it. Man, I can't find it. Yeah, screw it. We'll find it some other time. Anyways, gym time. Most likely uses fire types. Hey, guess what, Charlie? You're gonna do this again. Yeah, we're just gonna have to rely on Charlie and Jindrax for this. Needs me some liquids. Ugh. Ice puzzles. Hey, you know what sounds like a good idea for gyms? I'm not gonna finish that question. Stop snowballing and face a real avalanche. The heck are you? Huh? Let it go, let it go. Have you ever been to Tyrol? Teruel from the Iberia region. It's really cold there, and not here. Did that do anything? This isn't doing anything. Maybe there's something I have to do first. Ugh, these puzzles. Do you know how much a Lapras weighs? Just enough to break the ice. Come on, let's fight. That's not how you tell the joke! Yeah, let's switch. Wait, it might go for an ice move. God dang it. I'm faster than it though, so it's okay. Really? Charlie! That thing's a ice type? Calm Wild? I swear the nose thing is just snow. What? The nose thing? What's that supposed to do? No, there's that guy that wants to trade. I don't really have anything that I want to trade. And he gets mad, apparently. Alright, let's try this again. Apparently I need to do something with this. Or maybe it's just to fight that guy. I swear if it is. Okay, maybe it's not. You're not that guy. Oh, am I supposed to... Ah, I get it. In this gym, we are at 0 degrees, neither hot nor cold. That's not how it works. This could be bad. Wow. Try attack. This was try attack? What do you mean super effective? What do you mean super effective? What do you mean? Why did I do that? What do you mean super effective? Yeah, take that. Wait, water absorb. That's right. Take that. Icicles. That is also something that I say at random points. Oh, holy crap, we've already been 3 hours on this? I better end this quick. It's one of these. It's one of these. It's one of frickin' these. I see how you're doing. I see how it is. I see how it is. I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. Don't even know how to act. It's adorable, really. I don't know the lyrics. Ugh, these puzzles. I can't talk to him. I'm going to leave you more frozen than you, something. George. Frickin' George, dude. A fighting ice type? Year of ice, year of mourning. And climb that like it's nothing. Huh? You stepped on a swina by mistake. Can we catch this? Probably not. I'm going to make you kneel before my cloister. I don't really have anything for a cloister. Ah, dang, I thought he would survive. Good thing literally everything is faster than a cloister, huh? Yeah, everything is literally faster than a cloister. You have a cool mint and fiery spirit. Ah, it's one of these. Winter is coming. Oh, pure ice type. Mr. Ryan, you're an ice type? Are you also a psychic type? Dang, it wasn't enough. Up. Don't tell me that there's more of this. Okay, there is, but not what I thought it was. Oops. And I've already used up my Estus flask. I don't think we're gonna need Lance for this, but at the same time, it'd be nice to have a heal. I guess you were expecting a big stadium surrounded by people, right? You see, I've never been a big fan of turning Pokemon battles into a mass spectacle for consumption. There was a time when Pokemon battles were intimate ritual between two trainers and their partners. I'm getting old, you might think, but let me show you how intense this ritual can be. I, Brezzo, oldest leader of Saphira, challenge you. Brezzo. Oh, he has ice in his beard. And almost everywhere else. Frostmoth. Bug fire type? Or ice type? Straight up dead. Beartic? Pure ice type? Oh yeah, it just has superpower. It has superpower, we probably shouldn't mess with that. What the? Did I get a critical in the last round? Armor! Can't really do much here. I think all of my mods are actually kind of weak to ice. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Gen 8 mon. Yeah, you're the slowest thing in planet Earth. Somehow slower than a giant mammoth that can only walk. That can literally only walk. I was about to say, watch Grug be faster. Lapis. Ah, you missed. You missed. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing at all. You can't do nothing, this guy. Look at this guy trying. They say you can't be a good trainer without being a good person. I don't know if that's true, but you know how to train and you're also a good person. You've done it. You have defeated all the leaders of Sephira. Although I'm not surprised, it's not for nothing that you managed to climb to the top of Sierra Boreal. Tell me, did you find the answer to your tribulations? Have you cleared up the mysteries? Don't forget my question. It is your personal journey after all. For me, you will find support whenever you request it. Take your badge. Oh yeah! Medea Temprano. And this TM2. It's Ice Beam. I can use this. What will you do now? Will you participate in the Pokemon League to become champion? You've gotten this whole region interested in fighting again. The downside is that now you're expected to become a big star. But in the end, your destiny is chosen only by you. Don't forget that. Yosh! I don't know what this... Oh. Okay. So that pretty much does it. That's all up. What a drag. I've just been informed that the body of this Derringer has been sighted in the mountains. Frozen eventually. Will people never learn? I'm going to rescue him. Maybe this man's life can still be saved. I wish they had given me that much advance notice when my wife was the one who got lost. You should head to Tramontana City, south of Route 15. That's the path to the Pokemon League. Thanks, Mr. Trauma Dump. If only they gave me this heads up when my wife died. Lol. Am I right? Am I right, Pokemon trainer? Haha. What a fun time we're having. All right, there we go. Jeez, that is all the gym badges. Not bad, not bad. I mean, so far, what's his face? Frickin' Charlie's been like sweeping every single one of these. Isn't that fun? Oh yeah, I forgot about this weird little thing. Can we actually like do something with it? I don't know. But nonetheless, yeah, on to the Pokemon League and possibly the conclusion of whatever the heck is going on with the planet-eating dragon. Can't wait for that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.